catches light against the tabletop. The waitress walks right by with fresh brewed coffee. And down the block, the buses start and stop. I trace the metal edge with my left thumb and wonder if today the letter comes. The bell above the door gives out a chime. Another neighbor comes to buy some time. I stir the cream and watch the quiet swirl, thinking back to when you were a girl. When steam ascends, the glass grows warm and hazy. A newspaper unfolds across the aisle. I pay my 50 cents to dream a while before the world outside gets loud and crazy. And keep your folded note inside my sleeve. The vinyl booth still smells of cinnamon. The clock behind the register is slow. I count the tiles upon the wooden floorboards where we would sit some 30 years ago. The rain has stopped along the cobblestone. It feels alright to drink my drink alone. The bell above the door gives out a chime. Another neighbor comes to buy some time. I stir the cream and watch the quiet swirl, thinking back to when you were a girl. When steam ascends, the glass grows warm and hazy. A newspaper unfolds across the aisle. I pay my 50 cents to dream a while before the world outside gets loud and crazy. And keep your folded note inside my sleeve. Old Charlie pours a second cup for free. He asked me how my garden grew this spring. I nod and tell him life is kind to me, and adjust the size of this old copper ring. The bottom of the cup shows dark and deep. I leave a silver dollar on the tray. I button up my coat against the chill and slowly turn to walk along my way. The streetcar squeaks around the corner on 5th, and iron wheels grind slow against the rail. You shake the drizzle from your heavy sleeves and place your wet umbrella by the pail. I save the booth beside the window pane where we can watch the delivery vans roll by. right down and rub your tired eyes and let out one long, familiar, quiet sigh. The waitress brings 2 heavy porcelain cups, steaming hot with spice along the rim. You take a breath and set your gloves aside, watching the morning traffic settle in. You tell me how the radiator hummed all night while I pour cream and watch the dark roast turn to gold. We trade our old stories until the light feels right, and find the steady warmth 2 gentle hearts can hold. No need to rush out to the crowded avenue when every simple word brings back the friend I knew. You trace the little chip along your saucer edge and talk about your sister down in Maine. Your silver hair looks soft beneath the lamps, still damp from all the sudden early rain. It feels like 30 years ago in college town, when hours stretched out wide without a sound. The steam rises up between your hands and mine. The clock above the register ticks slow. You smile across the vinyl tabletop and let the quiet comforts start to grow. You tell me how the radiator hummed all night while I pour cream and watch the dark roast turn to gold. We trade our old stories until the light feels right, and find the steady warmth 2 gentle hearts can hold. No need to rush out to the crowded avenue when every simple word brings back the friend I knew. Years pass us by like cars outside the glass. Some days are heavy and some memories drift away, but sitting here with you, my oldest trusted friend, I feel the softest kind of quiet come to stay. Keep your scarf wrapped loose around your neck. We can stay right here until the lunch crowd starts. I will ask for 2 more napkins for the table. There's nowhere else we really need to go past the sugar bowl when you are ready. Fresh toasted cinnamon lingers in the draft before the neon sign is switched on back. Old Mr. Henderson adjusts his winter coat, a silver fountain pen tucked deep inside his coat. He takes the corner stool beside the window pane and shakes the heavy raindrops off his cane. Behind the laminate, young Mary ties her apron strings. She knows the simple comfort that a quiet saucer brings. Without a single word, the glass pot leaves the burner thread, alongside butter spread on toasted rye and raisin bread. A heavy ceramic mug settles by his resting hand. He folds up the local page, reading how the county planned. The copper kettle hums along a steady, gentle beat, while rain begins to soften on the pavement down the street. She refills the creamware pot before the color turns pale, and watches the morning start through steam and silver veil. The bell above the heavy door gives off a tiny ring. A schoolboy buys a donut on a braided cotton string. Old Henderson just nods his head and sips his dark roast brew, remembering 40 years ago when he was 17 too. The bakery rack behind the counter turns its warm yellow light and chases off the last cold shadows of the quiet autumn night. Behind the lemonade, young Mary wipes the formica clean. The sweetest little neighborhood that anyone has ever seen. She leaves a little paper slip with yesterday's crossword clue, because she knows the Sunday puzzle had him stuck on 22. A heavy ceramic mug settles by his resting hand. He folds up the local page, reading how the county planned. The copper kettle hums along a steady, gentle beat, while rain begins to soften on the pavement down the street. She refills the creamware pot before the color turns pale, and watches the morning start through steam and silver veil. There is no need for grand declarations in the early bell, just small familiar habits that a daily routine can tell. He leaves a shiny silver quarter neatly by the plate, and Mary tips her paper hat before it gets too late. He buttoned up his collar as he stepped out in the street. She swept the sugar sprinkles off the mat beneath her feet. The coffee pot was bubbling for the next one coming through, and 7:30 came around, just like it always used to do. Why does the clock beside the register lose 6 whole minutes every day? Nobody fixes it, and nobody minds the missing time at all. The waitress wipes a brass counter rail without a word to say. till my brain goes still. My thumb traces a faded ring upon the windowsill. The steam rises slowly toward the wooden beams above. A stranger drops a dime into the jukebox on the floor. I wonder if my mother ever found that kind of love before she stopped leaving her keys behind the kitchen door. A heavy white porcelain cup rests warm inside my palm, while butter melts deep in the folds of dark rye toast. A sudden gentle feeling brings a strange quiet calm, as yesterday recedes like a polite old ghost. The baker slides another tray into the oven heat, and life moves on right here on Maple Street. The radio plays a soft song from 1972. I used to know every single line before the years blurred together. Someone's cat steps lightly past the glass outside and we spent a whole summer arguing about the changing weather. I fold my paper napkin into 4 neat little squares. It is funny how nobody notices the coat he wears. The steam rises slowly toward the wooden beams above. A stranger drops a dime into the jukebox on the floor. I wonder if my mother ever found that kind of love before she stopped leaving her keys behind the kitchen door. A heavy white porcelain cup rests warm inside my palm, while butter melts deep in the folds of dark rye toast. A sudden gentle feeling brings a strange quiet calm, as yesterday recedes like a polite old ghost. The baker slides another tray into the oven heat, and life moves on right here on Maple Street. Thoughts float around like dusted sugar in the air. I see my blurry shadow in the pastry display case. There are soft lines round my eyes I never used to wear, but I kind of like the story settling on my face. The bell above the heavy door gives one last soft ring. I leave a quarter on the counter near the flower vase. Outside, the chilly winter wind begins to gently sing, and I walk home, taking my own slow, sweet pace. Heavy oak legs press deep into the floor as this solid wooden chair takes all my gravity today. I hang my woven sweater by the door and watch the gentle steam drift off my tea. I see a boy outside the window pane, running he forgets to catch his breath. If I could reach across 40 years of time, I'd pour a second cup and bid you sit. You spend your youth believing every climb was meant to test if you were strong or fit. Stop pacing round the block before you open up the mail. The girl in yellow velvet stays right through the winter gale. You do not need to save every nickel in your shoe. The world was always kinder than the fears inside of you. Relax your grip and drink the sweetness left inside the cup. The waitress smiles and lays a napkin down. She leaves me space to write my quiet thoughts. You used to hate the silence of this town, counting up the lessons that you bought. But quiet is the reward for living well. You thought that getting old meant losing all the gold. You thought the winter frost would leave us stranded in the cold. But every line upon my hands was earned by making peace. And all those tangled knots you tied are starting to release. Stop pacing round the block before you open up the mail. The girl in yellow velvet stays right through the winter gale. You do not need to save every nickel in your shoe. The world was always kinder than the fears inside of you. Relax your grip and drink the sweetness left inside the cup. So put your heavy coat away. The road has brought us home. I am sitting at the table and you never were alone. Take a slow deep breath today. We finally made it through. And this warm place in the corner was waiting here for you. Soft honeyed light tints the window frame and spills amber shades across my coat. A silver-haired man carrying a cane clears out his dusty throat. He points to the booth where I sit alone and asks if the extra chair is free. I tell him to rest his tired bones and join me for coffee and tea. I push my folded napkin to the side to give his heavy wooden cane some space. He sets down his glasses with quiet pride and smiles at this cozy little place. He tells me how his garden grew before the frost came down, while butter melts on sourdough and drivers start the town. We trade a simple secret about keeping out the chill, and suddenly two strangers find the rushing world is still. Pale apricot rays drift across his sleeve as steam curls slowly from his mug. We talk of old songs we used to believe when vinyl played warm on the rug. He tells me he worked at the bakery down the street back when a dime could buy a loaf. It feels so easy when two travelers meet and share what they remember most. I pour a little water from the glass and listen to the stories that he brings. We watch the quiet city traffic pass and appreciate the smaller things. He tells me how his garden grew before the frost came down, while butter melts on sourdough and drivers start the town. We trade a simple secret about keeping out the chill, and suddenly two strangers find the rushing world is still. It takes so little warmth to make a lonely hour sweet. Just two warm cups and voices from a corner booth seat. No promises are needed and no names are ever asked. Just comfort in the sunshine while the heavy shadows past. He folds his paper neatly now and stands up from the seat. He tips his faded woolen cap and steps into the street. I watch him walk away beneath the yellow morning sky and hold the gentle conversation as the day goes by. Yesterday you mentioned that the corner stool belonged to Sam. Now I watch an old man spread his marmalade and cherry jam. A yellow napkin catches crumbs beside a chipped green plate. The delivery driver leaves his crate right by the garden gate. A girl in flannel folds her coat before she takes a drink. The dark roast bubbles softly while the stainless counter blinks. Every little movement carries such a quiet rhyme. Neighbors trading stories just to pass a little time. A pair of reading glasses rest beside a quarter dime, while the baker sweeps the sidewalk with a steady rhythmic chime. A silver coin falls softly down inside the brass jukebox. An apron string comes untied as We watch the little details that can make a table whole. A warm and friendly greeting shared across a porcelain bowl. The cashier counts the nickel change and stacks them 4 by 4. A sleeping terrier rests his chin beside the wooden door. The brass bell rings whenever someone opens up the glass. A pair of polished leather shoes step softly on the grass. The woman by the register adjusts her silver ring. It is funny how the smallest sights can make a spirit sing. Nothing grand will happen in this little town cafe. Just steam upon the window pane and shadows turning gray. Yet sitting here and watching how the gentle patterns fall, I find these quiet moments mean the very most of all. A pair of reading glasses rest beside a quarter dime, while the baker sweeps the sidewalk with a steady rhythmic chime. A silver coin falls softly down inside the brass jukebox. An apron string comes untied as the wall clock gently knocks. We watch the little details that can make a table whole. A warm and friendly greeting shared across a porcelain bowl. You said yesterday that life is made of things like these. Now I hear the sugar stirred in peaceful melodies. The screen door clicks behind a friend who leaves a tip behind, and every small observation brings a comfort to my mind. Toasted rye bread and roasted chicory drift across the tiles. Old man Thomas hangs his checkered coat beside the door. The bell above the frame announces every small arrival, while steam rises slowly from the pot on burner 4. He sits down in the vinyl booth that bears his faded outline and unfolds a paper that was printed yesterday. The counter clerk prepares his mug without a single word, a gentle routine quieted by 50 peaceful years. He stirs a slow circle till the dark brew turns to gold, tracing old memories that the neighborhood still holds. Every small, quiet hour holds a love that stays alive as the clock on the brick wall strikes a steady 5:15. A picture of his Martha rests inside his leather wallet. He nods toward the baker, taking loaves out from the tray. The aroma of sweet nutmeg blends with rain upon the asphalt as early streetcar drivers slowly start another day. He smiles at the neon sign that flickers through the curtain, finding simple comfort in the place he knows the best. The world outside is rushing by to chase another hour, but here inside the wooden booth, time pauses for a rest. He stirs a slow circle till the dark brew turns to gold, tracing old memories that the neighborhood still holds. Every small, quiet hour holds a love that stays alive as the clock on the brick wall strikes a steady 5:15. He leaves 2 silver quarter coins beside his finished plate and tips his wool cap softly to the girl behind the glass. Some places never change their heart, no matter what the date. They keep the simple comfort while the heavy seasons pass. Old Thomas walks back out into the cool, clean morning air. The diner door shuts gently on the warmth inside the room. He leaves his quiet blessing on the solitary chair and carries home the sweetness of the kitchen in full bloom. A milk truck breaks along the wet asphalt, and down the block a shop door swings wide open. I saw you coming down the avenue, your coat untied, your old leather boots broken. Slide on in across this vinyl booth. I ordered coffee for us both already. The steam is rising up between our plates, while small town traffic slowly moves along. We have an hour here before the rush to sit right here where we belong. You put your keys beside the butter tray and laugh about the rain that caught your hair. The waitress brings 2 mugs of darker roast, while winter light creeps up the diner stair. We trace the stories from our younger days and find that nothing vital changed down there. Your hair is grayer than 3 springtimes past, but when you smile the years just melt away. The baker's radio plays soft and low, a tune we used to play on Saturday. You take a bite of cinnamon warm bread and ask me how my quiet garden grew. The steam is rising up between our plates, while small town traffic slowly moves before the rush, to sit right here where we belong. You put your keys beside the butter tray and laugh about the rain that caught your hair. The waitress brings 2 mugs of darker roast, while winter light creeps up the diner stair. We trace the stories from our younger days and find that nothing vital changed down there. The world outside is moving way too fast, with busy people rushing off to work. But in this booth the seconds learn to stretch beside the counter where the teacups perk. So take your time and drink the bottom drop. We have no reason yet to stand and leave. The street outside can wait another hour, while we still have these memories to weave. Chicory and roasted cinnamon drift through the screen door latch. Old Arthur sits beside the radiator, striking a cardboard match. Martha wipes the glass on the pie display with a worn cotton rag. The butcher from across the lane drops off a grease-spotted bag. He orders the usual medium roast in a chipped porcelain cup. She pours without asking a single thing as the jukebox warms up. The steam rises slow from a heavy blue mug, while the clock counts the years. He reads the front page, though the ink has turned faint to his elderly eyes. She leaves him as quiet, she knows every shadow that softly appears. A nickel drops down and a golden tune plays as the street outside sighs. 40-odd springs he has walked down this tile with a limp in his stride. He remembers the booth where his young bride once sat with her purse by her side. Martha just smiles as she turns up the heat for his cold winter knees. Outside on the pavement the sparrows all fight over crumbs in the breeze. He stirs in one cube till the silver spoon clinks on a thick ceramic rim. She leaves the small bell by the register quiet, especially for him. The steam rises slow from a heavy blue mug, while the clock counts the years. He reads the front page, though the ink has turned faint to his elderly eyes. She leaves him as quiet, she knows every shadow that softly appears. A nickel drops down and a golden tune plays as the street outside sighs. Time takes the town, changes faces and storefronts and signboards of glass. Yet under this ceiling of faded green tin, certain memories pass. They share not a sentence, but both understand what the silence can keep. Arthur stands slowly and leaves a bright dime on a lemonade bar. Arthur nods gently and watches him stroll past the old parked car. The door latch clicks shut as the coffee pot brews for another late friend. A quiet day opens where simple warm comforts never quite end. This brass spoon has a lily on the tip, worn down from 40 years of steady hands. I trace the metal gently before I take a sip, and watch the baker grease the cake pans. The waitress smiles and fills my glass again, without a single question about the rain. The steam goes up in ribbons toward the light, and every quiet corner feels just right. I used to hurry through my youngest days, but now I like the way the shadow stays. Old tunes play softly from a scratched cassette, while butter melts inside a toasted rye. I pay my bill without a single regret, and watch the early city traffic pass us by. A gentle world is hiding in this booth, where simple coffee tells a simple truth. A newcomer arrives and steps inside, shaking the dampness from a heavy coat. I turn my napkin to the clean white side, beside a handwritten, forgotten note. The clock behind the counter ticks so slow. There is nowhere I really need to go. The steam goes up in ribbons toward the light, and every quiet corner feels just right. I used to hurry through my youngest days, but now I like the way the shadow stays. Old tunes play softly from a scratched cassette, while butter melts inside a toasted rye. I pay my bill without a single regret, and watch the early city traffic pass us by. A gentle world is hiding in this booth, where simple coffee tells a simple truth. For years I thought the big events were all that mattered most, chasing after shadows down the coast. Now I find my peace inside a warm ceramic cup, sitting in the stillness as the sleepy town builds up. Old tunes play softly from a scratched cassette, while butter melts inside a toasted rye. I pay my bill without a single regret, and watch the early city traffic pass us by. A gentle world is hiding in this booth, and pull my wooden chair back from the floor. The brass spoon stays behind to start the day, left waiting on the wood of table 4. The nickel-plated spoon sits in my saucer. It catches light against the tabletop. The waitress walks right by with fresh brewed coffee. And down the block, the buses start and stop. I trace the metal edge with my left thumb and wonder if today the letter comes. The bell above the door gives out a chime. Another neighbor comes to buy some time. I stir the cream and watch the quiet swirl, thinking back to when you were a girl. When steam ascends, the glass grows warm and hazy. A newspaper unfolds across the aisle. I pay my 50 cents to dream a while before the world outside gets loud and crazy. And keep your folded note inside my sleeve. The vinyl booth still smells of cinnamon. The clock behind the register is slow. I count the tiles upon the wooden floorboards where we would sit some 30 years ago. The rain has stopped along the cobblestone. It feels alright to drink my drink alone. The bell above the door gives out a chime. Another neighbor comes to buy some time. I stir the cream and watch the quiet swirl, thinking back to when you were a girl. When steam ascends, the glass grows warm and hazy. A newspaper unfolds across the aisle. I pay my 50 cents to dream a while before the world outside gets loud and crazy. And keep your folded note inside my sleeve. Old Charlie pours a second cup for free. He asked me how my garden grew this spring. I nod and tell him life is kind to me, and adjust the size of this old copper ring. The bottom of the cup shows dark and deep. I leave a silver dollar on the tray. I button up my coat against the chill and slowly turn to walk along my way. heavy sleeves and place your wet umbrella by the pail. I save the booth beside the window pane where we can watch the delivery vans roll by. You sit right down and rub your tired eyes and let out one long, familiar, quiet sigh. The waitress brings two heavy porcelain cups, steaming hot with spice along the rim. You take a breath and set your gloves aside, watching the morning traffic settle in. You tell me how the radiator hummed all night while I pour cream and watch the dark roast turn to gold. We trade our old stories until the light feels right, and find the steady warmth two gentle hearts can hold. No need to rush out to the crowded avenue when every simple word brings back the friend I knew. You trace the little chip along your saucer edge and talk about your sister down in Maine. Your silver hair looks soft beneath the lamps, still damp from all the sudden early rain. It feels like 30 years ago in college town, when hours stretched out wide without a sound. The steam rises up between your hands and mine. The clock above the register ticks slow. You smile across the vinyl tabletop and let the quiet comforts start to grow. You tell me how the radiator hummed all night while I pour cream and watch the dark roast turn to gold. We trade our old stories until the light feels right, and find the steady warmth two gentle hearts can hold. No need to rush out to the crowded avenue when every simple word brings back the friend I knew. Years pass us by like cars outside the glass. Some days are heavy and some memories drift away, but sitting here with you, my oldest trusted friend, I feel the softest kind of quiet come to stay. Keep your scarf wrapped loose around your neck. We can stay right here until the lunch crowd starts. I will ask for 2 more napkins for the table. There's nowhere else we really need to go. Pass the sugar bowl when you are ready. Fresh toasted cinnamon lingers in the draft before the neon sign Mr. Henderson adjusts his winter coat, a silver fountain pen tucked deep inside his coat. He takes the corner stool beside the window pane and shakes the heavy raindrops off his cane. Behind the laminate, young Mary ties her apron strings. She knows the simple comfort that a quiet saucer brings. Without a single word, the glass pot leaves the burner thread alongside butter spread on toasted rye and raisin bread. A heavy ceramic mug settles by his resting hand. He folds up the local page, reading how the county planned. The copper kettle hums along a steady, gentle beat, while rain begins to soften on the pavement down the street. She refills the creamware pot before the color turns pale, and watches the morning start through steam and silver veil. The bell above the heavy door gives off a tiny ring. A schoolboy buys a donut on a braided cotton string. Old Henderson just nods his head and sips his dark roast brew, remembering 40 years ago when he was 17 too. The bakery rack behind the counter turns its warm yellow light and chases off the last cold shadows of the quiet autumn night. Behind the lemonade, young Mary wipes the formica clean. The sweetest little neighborhood that anyone has ever seen. She leaves a little paper slip with yesterday's crossword clue, because she knows the Sunday puzzle had him stuck on 22. A heavy ceramic mug settles by his resting hand. He folds up the local page, reading how the county planned. The copper kettle hums along a steady, gentle beat, while rain begins to soften on the pavement down the street. She refills the creamware pot before the color turns pale, and watches the morning start through steam and silver veil. There is no need for grand declarations in the early bell, just small familiar habits that a daily routine can tell. He leaves a shiny silver quarter neatly by the plate, and Mary tips her paper hat before it gets too late. He buttoned up his collar as he stepped out in the street. She swept the sugar sprinkles off the mat beneath her feet. The coffee pot was bubbling for the next one coming through, and 7:30 came around, just like it always used to do. beside the register lose 6 whole minutes every day. Nobody fixes it, and nobody minds the missing time at all. The waitress wipes a brass counter rail without a word to say. A silver napkin dispenser reflects a shadow on the wall. I count the tiles under table 4 until my brain goes still. My thumb traces a faded ring upon the windowsill. The steam rises slowly toward the wooden beams above. A stranger drops a dime into the jukebox on the floor. I wonder if my mother ever found that kind of love before she stopped leaving her keys behind the kitchen door. A heavy white porcelain cup rests warm inside my palm, while butter melts deep in the folds of dark rye toast. A sudden gentle feeling brings a strange quiet calm as yesterday recedes like a polite old ghost. The baker slides another tray into the oven heat, and life moves on right here on Maple Street. The radio plays a soft song from 1972. I used to know every single line before the years blurred together. Someone's cat steps lightly past the glass outside and we spent a whole summer arguing about the changing weather. I fold my paper napkin into 4 neat little squares. It is funny how nobody notices the coat he wears. The steam rises slowly toward the wooden beams above. A stranger drops a dime into the jukebox on the floor. I wonder if my mother ever found that kind of love before she stopped leaving her keys behind the kitchen door. A heavy white porcelain cup rests warm inside my palm, while butter melts deep in the folds of dark rye toast. A sudden gentle feeling brings a strange quiet calm as yesterday recedes like a polite old ghost. The baker slides another tray into the oven heat, and life moves on right here on Maple Street. Thoughts float around like dusted sugar in the air. I see my blurry shadow in the pastry display case. There are soft lines round my eyes I never used to wear, but I kind of like the story settling on my face. The bell above the heavy door gives one last soft ring. I leave a quarter on the counter near the flower vase. Outside, the chilly winter wind begins to gently sing, and I walk home, taking my own slow, sweet pace. gravity today. I hang my woven sweater by the door and watch the gentle steam drift off my tea. I see a boy outside the window pane, running so fast he forgets to catch his breath. If I could reach across 40 years of time, I'd pour a second cup and bid you sit. You spend your youth believing every climb was meant to test if you were strong or fit. Stop pacing round the block before you open up the mail. The girl in yellow velvet stays right through the winter gale. You do not need to save every nickel in your shoe. The world was always kinder than the fears inside of you. Relax your grip and drink the sweetness left inside the cup. The waitress smiles and lays a napkin down. She leaves me space to write my quiet thoughts. You used to hate the silence of this town, counting up the lessons that you bought. But quiet is the reward for living well. You thought that getting old meant losing all the gold. You thought the winter frost would leave us stranded in the cold. But every line upon my hands was earned by making peace. And all those tangled knots you tied are starting to release. Stop pacing round the block before you open up the mail. The girl in yellow velvet stays right through the winter gale. You do not need to save every nickel in your shoe. The world was always kinder than the fears inside of you. Relax your grip and drink the sweetness left inside the cup. So put your heavy coat away. The road has brought us home. I am sitting at the table and you never were alone. Take a slow deep breath today. We finally made it through. And this warm place in the corner was waiting here for you. Soft honeyed light tints the window frame and spills amber shades across my coat. A silver-haired man carrying a cane clears out his dusty throat. He points to the booth where I sit alone and asks if the extra chair is free. I tell him to rest his tired bones and join me for coffee and tea. I push my folded napkin to the side to give his heavy wooden cane some space. He sets down his glasses with quiet pride and smiles at this cozy little place. He tells me how his garden grew before the frost came down, while butter melts on sourdough and drivers start the town. We trade a simple secret about keeping out the chill, and suddenly two strangers find the rushing world is still. Pale apricot rays drift across his sleeve as steam curls slowly from his mug. We talk of old songs we used to believe when vinyl played warm on the rug. He tells me he worked at the bakery down the street back when a dime could buy a loaf. It feels so easy when two travelers meet and share what they remember most. I pour a little water from the glass and listen to the stories that he brings. We watch the quiet city traffic pass and appreciate the smaller things. He tells me how his garden grew before the frost came down, while butter melts on sourdough and drivers start the town. We trade a simple secret about keeping out the chill, and suddenly two strangers find the rushing world is still. It takes so little warmth to make a lonely hour sweet. Just two warm cups and voices from a corner booth seat. No promises are needed and no names are ever asked. Just comfort in the sunshine while the heavy shadows past. He folds his paper neatly now and stands up from the seat. He tips his faded woolen cap and steps into the street. I watch him walk away beneath the yellow morning sky and hold the gentle conversation as the day goes by. Yesterday you mentioned that the corner stool belonged to Sam. Now I watch an old man spread his marmalade and cherry jam. A yellow napkin catches crumbs beside a chipped green plate. The delivery driver leaves his crate right by the garden gate. A girl in flannel folds her coat before she takes a drink. The dark roast bubbles softly while the stainless counter blinks. Every little movement carries such a quiet rhyme. Neighbors trading stories just to pass a little time. A pair of reading glasses rest beside a quarter dime, while sidewalk with a steady rhythmic chime. A silver coin falls softly down inside the brass jukebox. An apron string comes untied as the wall clock gently knocks. We watch the little details that can make a table whole. A warm and friendly greeting shared across a porcelain bowl. The cashier counts the nickel change and stacks them 4 by 4. A sleeping terrier rests his chin beside the wooden door. The brass bell rings whenever someone opens up the glass. A pair of polished leather shoes step softly on the grass. The woman by the register adjusts her silver ring. It is funny how the smallest sights can make a spirit sing. Nothing grand will happen in this little town cafe. Just steam upon the window pane and shadows turning gray. Yet sitting here and watching how the gentle patterns fall, I find these quiet moments mean the very most of all. A pair of reading glasses rest beside a quarter dime, while the baker sweeps the sidewalk with a steady rhythmic chime. A silver coin falls softly down inside the brass jukebox. An apron string comes untied as the wall clock gently knocks. We watch the little details that can make a table whole. A warm and friendly greeting shared across a porcelain bowl. He said yesterday that life is made of things like these. Now I hear the sugar stirred in peaceful melodies. The screen door clicks behind a friend who leaves a tip behind, and every small observation brings a comfort to my mind. Toasted rye bread and roasted chicory drift across the tiles. Old man Thomas hangs his checkered coat beside the door. The bell above the frame announces every small arrival, while steam rises slowly from the pot on burner 4. He sits down in the vinyl booth that bears his faded outline and unfolds a paper that was printed yesterday. The counter clerk prepares his mug without a single word, a gentle routine quieted by 50 peaceful years. He stirs a slow circle till the dark brew turns to gold, tracing old memories that the neighborhood still holds. Every small, quiet hour holds a love that stays alive as the clock on the brick wall strikes a steady 5:15. A picture of his Martha rests inside his leather wallet. He nods walks toward the baker, taking loaves out from the tray. The aroma of sweet nutmeg blends with rain upon the asphalt as early streetcar drivers slowly start another day. He smiles at the neon sign that flickers through the curtain, finding simple comfort in the place he knows the best. The world outside is rushing by to chase another hour, but here inside the wooden booth, time pauses for a rest. He stirs a slow circle till the dark brew turns to gold, tracing old memories that the neighborhood still holds. Every small, quiet hour holds a love that stays alive as the clock on the brick wall strikes a steady 5:15. He leaves 2 silver quarter coins beside his finished plate and tips his wool cap softly to the girl behind the glass. Some places never change their heart, no matter what the date. They keep the simple comfort while the heavy seasons pass. Old Thomas walks back out into the cool, clean morning air. The diner door shuts gently on the warmth inside the room. He leaves his quiet blessing on the solitary chair and carries home the sweetness of the kitchen in full bloom. A milk truck breaks along the wet asphalt, and down the block a shop door swings wide open. I saw you coming down the avenue, your coat untied, your old leather boots broken. Slide on in across this vinyl booth. I ordered coffee for us both already. The steam is rising up between our plates, while small town traffic slowly moves along. We have an hour here before the rush to sit right here where we belong. You put your keys beside the butter tray and laugh about the rain that caught your hair. The waitress brings 2 mugs of darker roast, while winter light creeps up the diner stair. We trace the stories from our younger days and find that nothing vital changed down there. Your hair is grayer than 3 springtimes past, but when you smile the years just melt away. The baker's radio plays soft and low, a tune we used to play on Saturday. You take a bite of cinnamon warm bread between our plates, while small town traffic slowly moves along. We have an hour here before the rush to sit right here where we belong. You put your keys beside the butter tray and laugh about the rain that caught your hair. The waitress brings 2 mugs of darker roast, while winter light creeps up the diner stair. We trace the stories from our younger days and find that nothing vital changed down there. The world outside is moving way too fast, with busy people rushing off to work. But in this booth the seconds learn to stretch beside the counter where the teacups perk. So take your time and drink the bottom drop. We have no reason yet to stand and leave. The street outside can wait another hour, while we still have these memories to weave. Chicory and roasted cinnamon drift through the screen door latch. Old Arthur sits beside the radiator, striking a cardboard match. Martha wipes the glass on the pie display with a worn cotton rag. The butcher from across the lane drops off a grease-spotted bag. He orders the usual medium roast in a chipped porcelain cup. She pours without asking a single thing as the jukebox warms up. The steam rises slow from a heavy blue mug, while the clock counts the years. He reads the front page, though the ink has turned faint to his elderly eyes. She leaves him as quiet, she knows every shadow that softly appears. A nickel drops down and a golden tune plays as the street outside sighs. 40-odd springs he has walked down this tile with a limp in his stride. He remembers the booth where his young bride once sat with her purse by her side. Martha just smiles as she turns up the heat for his cold winter knees. Outside on the pavement the sparrows all fight over crumbs in the breeze. He stirs in one cube till the silver spoon clinks on a thick ceramic rim. She leaves the small bell by the register quiet, especially for him. The steam rises slow from a heavy blue mug, while the clock counts the years. He reads the front page, though the ink has turned faint to his elderly eyes. She leaves him as quiet, she knows every shadow that softly appears. A nickel drops down and a golden tune plays as the street outside sighs. Time takes the town, changes faces and storefronts and signboards of glass. Yet under this ceiling of faded green tin, certain days pass, they share not a sentence, but both understand what the silence can keep. Arthur stands slowly and leaves a bright dime on a lemonade bar. Arthur nods gently and watches him stroll past the old parked car. The door latch clicks shut as the coffee pot brews for another late friend. A quiet day opens where simple warm comforts never quite end. This brass spoon has a lily on the tip, worn down from 40 years of steady hands. I trace the metal gently before I take a sip, and watch the baker grease the cake pans. The waitress smiles and fills my glass again, without a single question about the rain. The steam goes up in ribbons toward the light, and every quiet corner feels just right. I used to hurry through my youngest days, but now I like the way the shadow stays. Old tunes play softly from a scratched cassette, while butter melts inside a toasted rye. I pay my bill without a single regret, and watch the early city traffic pass us by. A gentle world is hiding in this booth, where simple coffee tells a simple truth. A newcomer arrives and steps inside, shaking the dampness from a heavy coat. I turn my napkin to the clean white side, beside a handwritten, forgotten note. The clock behind the counter ticks so slow. There is nowhere I really need to go. The steam goes up in ribbons toward the light, and every quiet corner feels just right. I used to hurry through my youngest days, but now I like the way the shadow stays. Old tunes play softly from a scratched cassette, while butter melts inside a toasted rye. I pay my bill without a single regret, and watch the early city traffic pass us by. A gentle world is hiding in this booth, where simple coffee tells a simple truth. For years I thought the big events were all that mattered most, chasing after shadows down the coast. Now I find my peace inside a warm ceramic cup, sitting in the stillness as the sleepy town builds up. Old tunes play softly from a scratched cassette, while butter melts inside a toasted rye. I pay my bill with wooden chair back from the floor. The brass spoon stays behind to start the day, left waiting on the wood of table.